Oh yeah, talking point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah, Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
Yes, family, and welcome back to yet another very important segment where they can through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohamed Kagbo, and today is the 6th of February 2022. We get three main items that we can discuss. The first one first, a lot of people don't see it, but again, if you don't see it, an opportunity. This for no say the Freetown Mayor Aki-Sawyerr don't write a letter to Freetonians and claim say SLPP one puller and a power. They want on sit from being mayor. And secondly, of course, again, this now a news where they make rounds on social media. Ali Kaba will be the campaign strategies for Madabio in the past election 2018. Don't come back now the country. Waiting this mean for 2023 election. And finally, we see the coups that will take place within West Africa, within our own backyard. Recently, we see Burkina Faso overthrown the president, Kabori, and we see back again few days ago, 3 days ago, Guinea-Bissau attempted coup. And we see Mali, we see Chad. What does this mean for we, given the fact that we are Sierra Leone, we know what we don't suffer when it comes to coup, and waiting for what steps we will take as a government, as a country, as people for let anything like this not repeat in the country anymore. With me in the program, of course, we are there with my colleague here, Dr. Alpha, we're the station manager. It will help me kind of rub more on this very important topic. And don't forget, say this program again, they come to you live on YouTube at TPP Leon. So now we can get these details on when program we don't just highlight. No, no, go no side, no stay tuned. Please, no help we share so that message will go far and wide.
Talking point platform for news every day. Now we country salute for education, entertainment, political affairs. TV. We put enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit TV.
Yes, so family, let me go straight to the point because this is very important for let we know. I mean, this, hide again. We don't see the struggle, the power struggle where they take place between the central government as well as the Freetown City Council. Mayor Aki-Sawyerr don't explain to people and to Salon people and say the SLPP government want pull and power. If not be recall back then, just few months ago, the Parliamentary Oversight Committee be invited for go explain some on satisfactory disbursement of resources of money where they are, let's say, come up from donor where they are not able to account for. Where in 2019 audit reports, they not get way for trace them. And I will also see again the SEC also invite from a few months ago again for go talk about certain allegations, corrupt allegations. And again, of recent time back, 2 weeks ago, ACC don't invite her. So with all this, Aki-Sawyerr knowable, he don't decide for write an open letter to Freetonians for he tell people what's in status. I mean, with this case now, it seems as if she's worried about her position because, I mean, the SLPP, they come after them very, very high. Now, before we can probably we'll read the letter here. I don't know. Yeah, welcome, Dr. Alpha. Maybe we go read the letter here, or what's not your take regarding this very important hot topic in the country, because we know how these governments we know how the governments work in the sense that we from 2004, we get this Decentralization Act, where allowed at least the central government for just look at some key areas and for maintain and delegate some power to bodies and councils and for let them run the affairs of the municipality. And Freetown are the most important municipality when it comes to the country as a whole. And we know, say, the APC, when are the main political party, now they govern that side, and then we win that area. And of course, SLPP, now they get the state house. But you know, whenever two political parties are managing two different entities like this, very, very important. Freetown City Council is the capital city of Freetown, and they're not they see eye to eye with the governing party, because the governing party are different. The president are a different party they lead, and the Freetown mayor also they lead a different party. In most cases, this would see conflict, particularly when we get some bogus and some selfish politicians, the way they not look at the interests of the ordinary person, but then they only try at least their best for make they reap the people there. Because we feel that this is very important and good. If we get the mayorship, okay, on the opposition, and we see the central bank, the central government again then gets back a different political party. More or less, this is not like a joint forces or a competition for deliver to the people. So the people are going to be the judge and see exactly how the two political parties they manage it, but not for fun way, which aren't find fault from person. This just at least for discredit person. We're not a try for defend anybody here, but given the fact that certain things in this where we commonly they do not salon is no longer a secret. We know how the politics as salon they play. We know they play clean politics. Most of the politics so they play are dirty politics, and these at least it sound ridiculous, especially a country like we who don't come up from brutal war. We try for put institutions before for make at least and deliver. And so when you look at the old letter, for summarize me people, Aki-Sawyerr don't afraid for imposition, because the technique is according to the letter further. Now for use, the SLPP one use according to the letter, the SLPP one use the ACC for get her arrested and then get allegation, and then put her in a very difficult position where you know we will function as a mayor of the country. Now maybe let's just try for car with the letter. We read some few lines in there for the benefits of the people that we probably not see it. Lord, we see if we were able to carry it. Okay. All right, so Fambule, we know we will carry the letter now. It's long and we're not able to share right now, but I will paraphrase. Let me just understand waiting at the main key point. Now, the main key point here, he writes, he said, to all the Freetonians, dear Freetonians, he said, as soon as you are aware, the ACC be invited on the 14th of July 2021, and again on September 9, 2021. And all of these, I forgot, they attend all of these and cooperate fully according to RAN for go do some investigation, and the investigating officers and they take some information from her. And it continue for say it express unwavering commitment to integrity and accountability and transparency. Therefore, a conscious of in hard work, you are maintain international as well as local reputation that make it a follow-up with the investigation. But again, it move on say the audit service Sierra Leone in 2019, we raised an audit query where the payment of overseas expenses for non-council staff on page 91, the payment total 200 million with $20,000 related to your fares, hotel costs, and per diem of the mayor. Now the mayor, where then gets the mayor delivery unit, when the MDU team, then work under the Freetown and then get this responsibility for deliver and for giving them money out here. But the Irish aid now in the sponsor the program will be they get a project to them the sponsor, but according to certain protocol, it's the responsibility of the municipality, the Freetown Council, for at least buy tickets for those people who they can. And according to her, he even gets a letter from the Irish Aid ambassador you just back up and say yes, exactly the request say let the Freetown City Council do this payment because now so their own protocol called for, whilst not then they disperse some funds for carry out the project. But when it comes to air travel or per diem or maybe some food refreshment, it's the responsibility of the council. So these don't make the woman it don't uncomfortable because the SEC now want to know how the money are. According to I say clean everything what they do in the most transparent and the most judicious way, follow the due process and so on and so forth. So I mean, this is very serious. If we not select person as a public officer, now your integrity, your accountability, is there at stake. If we always try for be clean, that is how governance should be governed, should be maintained, or even so them for carry out. But if in the area we are in which aren't, this is the problem. This is where we get problem. Now bring you candle. What you make of this sort of panic? You know, things are not panic. The woman don't panic now, giving about the consistent, the intermittent interview. It come from parliament, the ACC don't call her more than 2 times, and now he don't shake. He don't write a lengthy letter. The letter a long, we know we will get all night because of time. What do you make of this? You know, if you say don't they panic because according to, as you can see here, it say the SLPP one on SITA. What's your take?
Yeah, I think panic na one word for use, na one way for look at them. But I think say also we dey live in a modern world in which with the people in the get news, whether na both accurate and fake news with the click of a finger. So we dey in this world of informational warfare, you understand? Everybody they put their own news, whether na pro or against the mayor. And in this sense, aside from imposition as the mayor of Freetown, he also gets a character, an integrity we don't build over the years. He get that one also for promote. So you know, say maybe indictment is on the way. ACC then go use ACC make indictment or make some form of bogus statement. So it's high time itself start. The earlier the better. How me look at them for begin to inform the Freetonians, people of Freetown, we put them into office, waiting they go on. Let them get the own side of the story. Already I see like they try to be proactive rather than reactionary way. Maybe the central government via the ACC go down release some form of statement. So before in come now and react and the thing go down go viral. But this now a very, very much sad situation where they unfold. Just as you say, I want to allude to that point where we say we get very unscrupulous and selfish politicians them. Because being from different political party, one the central government or the mayor controlling the capital city, I not see if we bring any form of chaos like we don't see over the years if all of them they work for the interest of the ordinary Freetonians, Sierra Leonean people. You understand? Take for US, Washington, DC. For the most part, now Democrats always they rule that place. Whether a Republican president or a Democratic president they in power, but they always they cooperate. Of course, themselves get their own endemic problems them day. But in terms of cooperation and delivering for the people, things they go fast, and you know see such kind of witch hunt. If you like, if you call them that way, you understand. The mayor is a public servant, liable for be scrutinized, for be criticized, for be audited. No qualms about that. But over the years, we don't see some form of trend, you understand, in which you don't get argument with a sitting minister or deputy minister of who for control cleaning, you know, for control cleaning, in which we see like then they encroach into some form of responsibilities them. Over the years we don't see some form of trend because towards the mayor for on sitam, if you like, or give them issues. Because why make many Freetonians could think now with because now if the ACC come, they try for audit the mayor, let's say in this sense for $20,000.
Yeah.
You watch the audit reports they over the years, get offices the way now much more substantial, billions, millions of sitting ministers and offices them, you understand they would. Then which kind of selective corruption you defect, you understand? You need fit corruption only when it comes to opposition or past administrative or government people. You understand? You recover money, we all know say corruption take place, you recover the money, we are all happy. But if you recover all the money, then they pump them back into the consolidated fund of the country, then we get other IMP the way they eat them, then you not get anything for do it. You not get anything for do them, no indictment, no investigation, no they go on. We only see then go do small investigation and come out with flimsy excuses. Them I think the Sierra Leonean people are tired of the see past that. But the ACC, mind you, then can only indict somebody. ACC no able convict somebody in a court, then go carry go. That's not the other problem for sure. See, we entire system that country they on, because I will tell you for free, super. If not a country where we is anti-corruption, no say the judiciary is independent. Nobody know they call judge. Nobody know they call Supreme Court justice. These are people of integrity. You know, able to control them. You know, say their rulings, them based on evidence. You know, they attempt such attempts where they go on. You understand? We know they sit down and say the mayor is innocent, but they can say let's presume innocent until found guilty. Yeah, let's say innocent, then just now, Lord, just assume say now witch hunt or something. Yeah, if that's accurate now witch hunts, then just one mess her up. Trust me, super. If you know say the judiciary is independent, you cannot try it. Because if you can't go flimsy excuse evidences in a court, the judges will rule against you, and sometimes not only rule against you, then go lambast you. When sometimes you liable for even lose your job. Not because the president go sack you, but it go expose you to the public. Embarrassment. So you go say, me I know they again, no, me not go able to use me pandis, I don't come out. You understand? Embarrassment, because it go lambast you, the one who will go say no. As a trained professional and as a very integrity-led institution like Dandy, una take this A, B, or C as an evidence, bring and waste the resources of the country. Then you are not qualified for such a job. But then also the judiciary can be twisted, torn again. That's why you see something. So we system that the country need a complete overhaul. But the biggest problem now, who for can do this overhaul? The biggest wahala this we all want this change and overhaul. But who's gonna do it for us? We wait and pray and see for we and for we Moses.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, I see. Most probably, like what they look at normal. Look at like where recently we see Lara Taylor, the one-time respected public servant of audit service, don't write a letter. They try very hard for take legal action against the government, and he even alleged, by which we see that the presidential office, the office of the president, refuse for corporates when it comes to audits, which is something way very, very funny, because the presidency now responsible for man or for tell people how for work in the best interest of the country in terms of transparency, accountability, and the rule of law. So if the office of the presidency, the office not a corporate, so it's like very funny. Just sound like way some you get some bad religious people, they say do as I do as I say, don't do as I do. I mean, they tell people for love the country, don't follow the due process, but you know they follow the due process. I mean, what kind of message are you sending to people? You know, very laughable. And we say the letter, maybe if Lara Taylor don't do this proactive sort of like pulling this statement back, then say, based on what they see, we go for God, it's the office of the president, and maybe write a letter, maybe people in Fodawia, maybe now that make the Aki-Sawyerr, the Freetown mayor, based on this experience, maybe I just say maybe Maybe he decide to write a letter for let the whole world see. Now, this is not only about Freetown, but for the whole world, because once you publish something online, it don't go to the world. For in case ACC get for try for indict her, at least if you don't see when I see what they say, then thereafter me, they want to sit me. But we don't know it. We not even conclude anything. We don't bring kind of information as we get her. Now let me move on to the next one. Ali Kaba, of course, this now household them in the country. We're not going inside history because we all know how it be connected with the rebel war, according to waiting people and read. These are the very first people who actually started the revolution from Bay College, from there, then Bona Bush, for the Sankon joining. These, in fact, some people say it was like the brain, you know, it's just that the idea of where the revolution will they go in our favor and for the Sanko hijack. But I'll move on to the main points now. This was a very powerful guy back then, 2018, where now be the campaign strategies for SLPP for Mother Bill, he help and win. But when they come, they're not able to see high to high. In many cases, we see the changes there. Then pull them from one ministry, from one position to another, then send as a permanent representative now UN. We are in allegation of millions of dollars embezzled or missing. Now, again, there's as ambassador again na Egypt, and then pull and then fire back, and finally don't count again. And this is connected, according to some spectators, say because of the 2023 election they come, and this man gets some strategies, then decide for say, okay, come on, can help win. But again, looking at this gentleman, I mean, when it comes to clean politics, you know, say we always look at the clean politics. This guy was the head of the Sierra Leone mission in New York, where more than $4-5 million was allegedly stolen, or maybe according to the ACC investigation, 90% of the money for refurbish, for renovate we consulates yonder, they don't pay, but only 46% of the work has been done. Who's the money go? I mean, let's build. Who's kind also now they go build? Who's kind of renovation and where they take more than 4 million? I mean, I like na small picking self now where no, but as long as they read the right where even school leaver self, you know, go able stupid at that kind of way they. I mean, they take Salon people and for granted too much. How will you renovate a house, a small house, not a big compound, for more than $4 million? What do you make of this? These are the people that they're not for even Kenya or politics again. They're not for even Kenya they. When it comes to integrity, when it comes to clean policy, when it comes to really working for the interest of the people. Because first, you don't get stained. Okay, people and they will argue, say, oh, well, I make it left, you go study, okay, don't care. But if we look at the kind of politics what we want for level practice in a salon, that's tarnished, that's stained for salon, that embarrassment that if you post, you will get shame. You know, they work no more for your pockets. You know they're not yet now for yourself. They work for the interest. If you don't resign, how is it possible? You there and now, okay, the investigation, the SCC go back, just like when we dabu with the first lady, where Africanist press released some of the funds that were missing. Waiting by Kaifala do. He said they investigate all the first lady there. After that, what you do, where you let Salon, Leon Star be qualified, where people be they celebrate all over, he release a statement, say, he exonerates the first lady, say, nothing happened, clear, blah, blah. I mean, now look at, again, what's happening here. When it comes to this particular money, we lost more than 4 million in New York. The SEC said they investigate all the past officials say. I mean, then just a tangle for at the end of the day, for let us just, like, you know, we're not able to work, we're not able to succeed, we cannot move as a country, we're not able to deliver the promises, we're not able to deliver good governance, we're not able to develop any progress, we don't know an inch if only we do selective justice. If we focus on selective justice, or maybe we don't do it for which owned. I mean, this is a case where we feel say, now, we not say the past government's not corrupt, but we would say Ali Kaba should have been even investigated. But forget the point clear, not even investigated. They not even put out there. Instead, that the opposition, Dr. Samuel Kamara, now in the attend court. Can you imagine that? The person when I even 10 more than $2 million was sent. No, in free, I don't invite you back for can't join inside the politics, can't tell other salon people and another XYZ story. What do you make of this individual when it comes to salon politics?
Well, I think a lot is to be desired, but For me, I think first of all, even though we are Kabana been the I think campaign manager for President Bio, I think it was sort of like a consensual position then give concession, because if my memory serve me right, instead of been vying for the flag bearership, you understand, in able get they know have fracas for the party, then get and say, well, you can won the campaign. You understand? Sometimes you get this phrase say the massage you go. You understand? We man then they massage you go. They know all vex. They know say they need you. You know cause fracas. They massage you ego. Pa, we not go able to do this thing without you. This man I don't get the flag bearership, but you know brain. You understand? Can on the campaign law win this thing. You understand? But in my lifetime na salon politics, I think na one of the most I don't know this word for is, but progressively demoted somebody who I don't see, from a foreign minister to UN ambassador to Egypt. You understand? Progressively, because mind you, the all the embassy, then they including the UN embassy. You understand? Permanent representative of Sierra Leone to United Nations. They're all under the foreign minister. You understand? So the mere fact the way they send you, you answerable now to the foreign minister. Okay, that one day will be understand. Say okay, now President Bio, now in the champion this for the African countries themselves get seats na the Security Council, blah 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 blah. You get interested in it, Ali Kaba, blah. Okay, that was okay. You go buy them small to some extent, but then we come to Egypt. Tell me Sierra Leone and Egypt almost now with bilateral trade turnovers for the year. I not say we not get friendship with Egypt over the years, but waiting now we economic turnover, trade and other things. You understand? Scholarships and other things. Limited. You understand? Say we Ali Kaba need for do something. So if you watch and deep, you don't know say there were issues behind the scenes. Problem then they behind the scenes, whether it not been the see eye to eye with their old beef within the president been on day, or these things about the where they send na UN about this money we missing. You understand? This renovation money, because both as a foreign minister and as the representative to United Nations, you involve, just like how now then drag Dr. Samoa as the past foreign minister, you involved. So probably now all them thing and they be not smell, say trouble they wahala, let them just pull and they to go and go na corner, and you notice now, you know, even they within the investigation. Or the shocking thing and away even a losing job na Egypt. I don't know if Salon now we don't get job, but as far as me know, na a jobless man I make it come back na Salon. As far as me know, we can't sit down force, you understand? Regardless of say na the brain way for car in the 2023. Well, which day we know, then we go know. For me, I just believe say then just they try for maybe probably sideline them. Both in beef we get to President Bio and both the in trouble within this renovation money na the embassy na United States. Don't know investigate them, but Pagos you don't suffer this one the big. Where as I can see, this game get by if you know able and for come out and for push. You know, so for me, I just believe that because it can the United Nations or as the foreign minister, what have you, is still able perform some role and strategies about winning the election. You understand? So I don't see any for you understand. So I know they buy into then such thing and they, you know. But again, the most important thing, forget about impersonal out and sarcasm or what not. The most important thing we judge now in terms of corruption. We judge. Now the problem this not alone. With politicians, they not get shame. And they not only get shame because then take politics as a way for enrich themselves. You understand? If you watch and they say oversee, and they say them politicians are not corrupt too, because they know many times they don't catch oversee abroad advanced democracies them politicians or the leaders there or the how you call them, then spouse them on certain corruption cases. But area compared to Africa na the normal norm, in normal for we, you understand? You see, take for example, na UK, Boris Johnson, yeah, I believe saying Boris Johnson in yearly salary not past £200,000 at max 250. You understand? Raheem Sterling, you understand? And other players, then the way they work that one day for week, where they work on for 1 week. You understand what I mean? You get surgeons, engineers, and other people, and bankers, the way they work. That kind of money they will Boris Johnson they work for the year. You understand? So you get other professional things and they for do other things and they for do you get a better life, a better livelihood. So the most times when the person then come now, then integrity they at stake. So if you can't fuck up now, make you see easy for them for resign. It gets something for go back to. You understand? We own them a do or die politics. Shame no did it. You understand? And the lack of knowledge now we country, but gradually we self they develop internet the day they reach with people news because with people far forget I we come on Freetown and so some form of the headquarter town then small we get radio station and this society and go talk then go yeah like about do this but we go inside outside we get a lot of people and they live in the interior they don't know then I forgo votes no more we ten calm them full them with other things. So they don't know information about the leader. But moving forward, gradually the world they develop. You understand? Gradually it go away in name. So sometimes if you look why we development is slow safe, we leaders them like they sometimes they do and deliberately. Not for go light, electricity, develop education for let people wise up because a nation we wise up, a nation we healthy, a nation we wealthy people get bread and butter for it and all. I mean, you able to think straight and make decisions. You understand? So sometimes deliberately, like then they do thief, embezzle for continue for embezzle and thief. I make them they do some of them thing then they, but as I can say, time go fit clock. You understand? Time go fit clock. The few million we know definitely go able to change side for a better now the country. You understand? Let them continue for doubt or let them continue for play the Sierra Leonean people. And where they say let them, I mean now politicians. I not even mean now the one then within a power. I mean Sierra Leone politicians from across the board, from across all political parties. You understand? Because SLPP then a central government, but APC self gets a lot of mayors and councillorship. You understand? That the country themselves know they maybe run things well na the city. So I mean generally Sierra Leonean politician, time go fit clock, the time go come one day, probably in your lifetime, where if you dey born McKinney, you no guarantee say because I dey born McKinney na X or green party or red party use for winning at the win. The time go come where you say self, say if I not do something, they no care, then they vote for this man we don't dey na this country, regardless say he not support this political party na but he don't dare, he don't do something, he don't bring country ups, he don't bring country, they vote for her. Hopefully in your lifetime we will see those days.
Yes, thank you for that wish day. Miss of the hope and praise it will happen in our lifetime. Let's move on to a very ugly development when it take place within the sub-region. We don't see the coups there. This is worrisome because we know say coup is contagious. Coup it can replicate. Coup other people and can copy and quickly. Look at the shortest possible time now. We don't see coups there. I mean, Mali alone don't get two-time coup in just a very short period of time. We don't see of recently Burkina Faso, they just overthrew them. President Kabori. We see Guinea-Bissau, they attempt then they have overthrow them president. And we worry because, I mean, democracy alone first supposed to be like a guarantee, but it's not a guarantee if you cannot deliver to the people. And because we know they deliver to the people, you always get a rogue element within the army where they feel saying their own responsibility, their own duty for take the governance. Let's look at quickly some of these things. Let me just bring something quick here.
Days of bloody gunfights, the presidential fleet pierced with bullets. Tonight, Burkina Faso has a new leader after a successful military coup. Following weeks of protest in the West African nation and days of bloody gunfights, the presidential fleet pierced with bullets and the president pushed from power. Burkina Faso's new leader, 41-year-old Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba, announced during a televised address on Monday. The country joins a growing list of recent coups on the continent, including Guinea, Mali, Chad, and Sudan.
There had been a decline in the number of coups we had seen in Africa really since the end of the Cold War. In the last couple of years, though, we've seen a spate of coups.
The Burkina Faso coup, a marked success just days before forces attempted to seize control of nearby Guinea-Bissau on Wednesday. ECOWAS, or the Economic Community of Western States, blaming the army in a tweet. The country's president citing a different source.
It was not just military. This has to do with the fight against drug trafficking.
But in this case, the effort failed. Heads of state gathered for an emergency summit.
Okay, now we jump in because at least we don't get the concept here. This is worrisome, and the thing we're very interesting at this part. ECOWAS gets zero tolerance when it comes to a coup, and we see most of the coups that will take place then sanction the country immediately. But exception of Burkina Faso, I want to know just out of curiosity, are they tired? Not too tired or not they tired? So because I mean, they say this particular coup take place, they know a sanction, they put sanction on Burkina Faso rather than go work with the regime for terrorism. You see that the line and they say for terrorism. So now that make them go work with them. And so it just seems as if they don't get now double standard. Because first now is zero tolerance, and we see what they do to Mali, Guinea, and other places. And again, this one they make an exceptional. I mean, maybe they don't look say they don't tired. Maybe ECOWAS only fail because see what's happening in Guinea. You know, ECOWAS began all the power for one Alpha Condé, even though like maybe, I mean, even if you not listen behind closed door, then for pull a statement, I mean, sort of like let people listen more, they actually try to talk to her behind the scene. Because the reason why we talk, maybe there might be a time when they talk to her. We don't know. So that make with the take time. But again, information is power. These people are not only there for themselves, they are representing us as Africans. They should have, or maybe at that time, they don't pull a statement and just try for at least they are public servants, put a statement regarding Alpha Condé. They left her. They make like now, even though the man on constitution, he defy all protocol. He changed the constitution. He rigged the election. He killed people there. Then they would do until the Bobo they overthrow and when they overthrow and then give sanction now. And see what I mean. These are we not see like the proactive aspects they come inside, and on top of these, democracy not to guarantee for say not go overthrow. If you cannot deliver to the people, if you the good governance, where they talk about the economy, where they talk about progress, employment, exchange, interest rate, the basic necessity of life, the food, clothing, water, no day, you let them vote for you not to guarantee it because of you can't do the ballot box and not go overthrown. We don't see this, and it's scary. Why? Because these are neighbors. I mean, we see the growing tension of the country, the dissatisfaction where people in the levy against the present government. With all this, we don't want anything like this to happen. But nevertheless, we don't go close our eyes because no one happy, so we're not for discuss on that. What do you think about ECOWAS, this then double standard? Not to fear, they don't fear, say, oh, I think we don't lost grounds, or they don't smell, say, the coups then will continue for happen, where maybe it's just a time for letting disband or scrap the ECOWAS. You take.
Oh, well, I think ECOWAS, no matter how dysfunctional we be, I think say we want them for let's stay, let them improve from top to bottom, because I believe say then get a very, very crucial role for play now region. Because if you look like Salon War, for example, ECOWAS, ECOMOG, then play a very vital role. You understand? Of course, at the end of the day, now there are court cases now in the ECOWAS courts in Nigeria for war crimes, where ECOMOG forces then commit. But with ECOMOG and British forces, at least we will be able done. You understand? So I believe say ECOWAS just need to get the right leaders, them the right strategies, and try for be honest to themselves and work with the people and go back to the very reasons them when make them form that one day. But I believe say it's a very crucial and vital institution. For me, the coups are not the coups. If you look within Paul Kagame say coups are a result of bad governance. I tend to believe that, but I'll say partially, no 100% partially, because at the end of the day, we see coup leaders them we don't come throughout history. You understand, Africa. Not all of them don't become very, very pleasant very, very good and benefit at the end of the day the people of the continent, and especially now West Africa. I would say we're in a state of dysfunctional, because you look, most of the coups are from West Africa.
Yeah.
You check East Africa, for example, so they're stable. Aside from Sudan, all the coups that we mentioned, so Burkina Faso, they attempted one, Guinea-Bissau, the double coup, Mali, these are West African states, and especially the Francophone places, Guinea, you understand. So I think they then get a very, very much big problem with both governance, whether or not they deliver. But my hesitation I can always get with pushes at times. Now, if those pushes are then come into power genuinely because of a set cause, you understand, because you go back to history during the Cold War, you understand. Now coups are relatively better per se, but you read history, the Cold War, when the superpowers, everybody gets interest. Now coups and counter coups was there. So now the same thing they repeat itself. Are there world powers behind some of those pushes to like certain presidents? And I know they say this because these presidents are good, you understand? Because if you watch like Alpha Conde, you will say he thoroughly deserve waiting he gets, you know. That's why I say like ECOWAS and other things, then just need for revise then charter and some other things, edit then constitution and whatever. Me no say behind the scenes, then try for caution you man, let extending time. But you check ECOWAS charter also, you get side them with non-interference in the state, as long as you not involved to life it. And especially if some politics is about numbers. If somebody getting numbers, the stupid parliamentarian, the way they didn't forget, then go vote for Big Fool because the past say, just like I was saying in the dinner salo, after you now you. You understand? After you now you, we get man the way na parliamentarian we open the more talk whether for defend the constitution, you understand, just for battle the power. You understand, and choose for go that way, don't have been the negative way. At the end of the day, we see the consequences. He has been ousted from power, and we can only hope, for example, Colonel Doumbouya and others will come stick to them and promises them for bring come back civilian rule, and you understand, and take the country back to normalcy and any developmental trajectory. You understand. You check also Mali now. You don't see coups and counter coups, and you don't even now they see world powers, them don't they get involved. The president don't expel the French ambassador, Wagner, the Russian group is there support. So you see, that's why I say if some of these things that they do for the sake of the people or not just for the interest of world powers sometimes, but all over time we go get clarity. We go only sit here and speculate. Wait here, I will just say now for that. ECOWAS, as you say, try for be proactive, try for review and then charter and make sure say then get tolerance first of all to people and we want to abuse the constitution, because you get for look at the roots of the problem before you get for go say for for a violation of human rights, violation of the constitution. Before now, you come say then get non-tolerance to coups. You understand? Non-tolerance to coups, because coups in itself now, you can come now na Guinea. Tomorrow you can wake and sleep here. You say counter coup don't come out. It happen a saloon. You understand? And other places they don't kill you man or Doumbouya, or they don't pack on a plane send on a Burkina Faso. You understand? So we no one go through those trends in this. So ECOWAS get for now the big body and for be proactive, but individual president from Sierra Leone to Nigeria to this, and it's high time them put the interest of them countries and listen to them fellow statesmen who say coups na a result of bad governance. Paul Kagame. For him, I can only hope say at least he don't do well. We all don't praise him. I can only hope say himself, let in army not look say bad governance, you don't overstay by yourself go pull it. So sometimes not to for just can't talk and pull the plug now other person. Yeah, watch you yeah the dirty way they retrospectively and pull on a yeah. You know, so overall the individual countries them need for do better, and we hope say the military by so doing the military go stick to them to their own mandate when for guard the territorial integrity of them countries, they may not get involved into governance. Sometimes it's necessary, but we hope say not will be the norm in which all we states in our West Africa, because gradually we get like 4 now. Yeah, now go so small. You know, if 50% become now coup infested countries, they spread. You understand? And we all go begin the day under military rule. Some go come off fine, but some go be dictator, some go be brutal, and we hope say we no go down that path.
Okay, so family, we turn up plenty. Thank you. Now the 3 items and there we'll discuss, and again we'll carry back again with another segment, and we there at least for bring come from information we go at least make una think for let ourselves make the right decision. My name is Mohamed Kabo, and over to you, Doc, before we say goodbye.
Yeah, Fambulemona, thank you for joining me, and stay tuned inside the new week again for more news and views we will come bring to on our back.
Okay.
Talking point platform.